Hi, my name's Jason Perkins. I'm a Georgia workers' compensation attorney. Today, I want to talk to you about what happens when you get fired after an injury at work. Now, you may end up getting fired by your employer immediately after your injury, or maybe at some time down the road after you return to work at a light-duty job. If you end up getting fired at work, you can still potentially receive workers' compensation benefits. However, you may have to prove that it's your injury that's still keeping you from being unable to work. Now, before we get into that, let me talk about a situation that does happen sometimes, and that's when you're out of work receiving workers' compensation benefits and your employer fires you. Generally, in this situation, if you're receiving benefits and you're still out of work, being fired by your employer does not affect your workers' compensation benefits. You should still continue to receive benefits when you go to the doctor and need medical treatment, and you should also continue receiving the weekly checks that you're receiving from workers' compensation. Now, there could be other things that happen that cause you those benefits to stop in the future, but being fired while you're out of work and getting benefits does not stop your right to get benefits. It may affect your entitlement to other benefits such as health insurance or things that you have through your employer. So that's important to understand. Now let's get back to what happens if you're back at work and you get fired and you're not yet getting workers' compensation benefits, or you've got those benefits in the past, but now that you're back at work, those benefits have stopped. Well, in that situation, when you get fired, you generally do not automatically start getting benefits. There is an exception to that, which is if you can prove that your employer fired you because of your injury, you may start getting benefits immediately or when you get to court and prove that. However, if you can't prove that, and that's often difficult to prove, then you may have to prove that your injury is keeping you from getting work in another way. And that usually involves looking for work at a bunch of other jobs and trying to find a job. And if you're unable to get a job, then potentially going to court and trying to prove to a judge that the reason that you weren't able to get a job was because of the limitations that you have from your injury. If you still have some pretty severe limitations, you may be able to do this. In other words, if you were back at work on light duty, not being able to lift over 10 pounds and needing to sit down most of the day, when your employer fired you, it may be difficult for you to find a job within those restrictions. However, I can tell you most of the time you are still going to have to go to court to prove that. And so if you're in this situation, I do think it's best that you talk to an attorney as soon as you've been terminated. The other reason that you may want to talk to an attorney is that there may be other potential cases that you have in addition to your workers' compensation case. Sometimes when you've been fired, you might qualify for a claim under the American with Disabilities Act or some other law. So it's important to talk about that and find out if there's anything that you need to pursue there or that you could pursue. I hope you found this information helpful today. If you have, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up or by liking it. And if you'd like to be notified of other workers' compensation videos as I publish them in the future, just subscribe to this channel and you'll get a notification each time one's published. If you have other questions or just want to find out more information about workers' compensation, feel free to visit our website, www.perkinslawtalk.com, or if you'd like to ask me some questions about workers' compensation, I'd be happy to set up a free consultation with you. You can do that by calling 770-214-8885, or you can also complete a form that's on our website to set one up. Thanks for watching today, and best of luck to you as you recover from your injury.